Hey everybody, welcome to week
16
of
Shsift
Happenz.
Alright, so tonight we're going to talk about ear infections. Let's tell the story. Okay, we just did, this is cut 2. I got to tell you what, we just did a smoke at cut 1.
Yep.
It didn't record, so this was going to be better.
Take 2.
Take 2. Alright, so here it is. We got, Dr. Matt came to us today with an article on ear infections in children. And so we're going to blow through that a little bit, but kind of have this rule in the office. If you have a gripe, have a
Solution.
So here's my solution when it comes to drugging the babies out there. Big Pharma, stop drugging my babies. Stop drugging the innocent children of this planet. All you're doing is harming these babies, you morons. Quit it. That's my solution. So, little passion.
Yeah.
There's a little Billy D passion
Hey,
there.
that's good.
So, kind of here it is with ear infections like this. The tubes are in babies are angled. That's my tube person. In adults they're angled, so it allows the fluid to do what? And it creates.
Babies do this, so it's stuck. Adults drain out.
And so we get that fluid gets in there, it gets infected. It's kind of like having milk that sits on the counter for a while. So there's 3 things that we want to look at here. The first one is you live your life through your nerve system. The very essence of life is through your nerve system. If the nerve system is not functioning properly, the essence of life is so that's rule number 1. Rule number 2, biomechanical, structural. If that top bone will shift one way or the other, it alters that angle.
Yep.
Rule number 3, if that top bone shifts and pinches that nerve, causes subluxation, what it's going to do, it's going to create some pulling on those muscles around that tube, thus altering the diameter. Regardless of all of those, it's due to the misalignment, it's due to the subluxation. Chiropractic corrects that, not drugs.
And then your body functions better the way it's meant to.
So stop drugging the babies. So with that, the headline of this very, very important research article, feel free to read the headline. I get to do line 2.
Okay.
So you can have the headline.
Antibiotics speed up recovery from ear infections in young children. Studies show.
Ooh, yay!
Okay? So you look at that and say, hey, ear infections are helped by antibiotics. But if you actually read the article, proceed.
So, in paragraph 2, it says in the article we have right here, however, antibiotics do come with significant side effects.
Significant.
It's really not a side effect, it's a direct effect, because you wouldn't get it unless you took poison.
Exactly.
Including diarrhea, rashes, yeast infection, and
vomiting.
So not only does your kid feel like crap because they're hurt, we got it going both ways. Along with, and so overuse of drugs also contributes to antibiotic resistance, which means the next time your baby is sick, we got to give them new and bigger drugs, like dinosaur drugs. So going down here, let's hit this part right here. I'll let you elaborate on that one. That was pretty good.
So this is a pretty good one. So this is where they get the topic. That 80% of children on antibiotics felt better on the 7th day of treatment.
What do they mean felt better? Does that mean they weren't pooping or puking?
Don't know.
Okay, because they really don't say felt better.
Yeah.
And there's so many other variables in there on feeling better. I mean, what was the kid doing? What was he eating? What was he doing? How was he thinking? What was the culture? What was the environment he was in? I mean, come on. They say they control that? BS, they don't control that.
They don't control the diet. They don't control his sleep. Nothing. It's just like, oh, he felt better on the 7th day. Okay, so again, 80% of children on antibiotics felt better on the 7th day. 74% of children taking a placebo, nothing, also felt better on the 7th day.
You know, Fred Bart says placebo is the only drug that stood the test of time. Here's what I love, though. And let's just go back here a little bit. These children were 6 months to 23 months. So when they say they felt better, how do you ask a 6-month-old, do you feel better?
Yeah, ask them, they go.
Yeah, I mean, come on. So going on here, this whole study, now, do you kind of see the study? Do you kind of smell some poo on this study? Little diarrhea. So I love this one here. The finish noted that limiting use of antibiotics may reduce the development of drug-resistant bacteria and increase the chance the future use of antibiotic will be effective. What he's saying is, by stop giving these poisons to our babies, you know what? We're actually going to make them a little bit healthier. But the headline says, speeds up the recovery in young children. So the naked eye would go, hey, feel free, your turn.
He also tells his own personal story that he frequently tells moms to wait 3 days before filling the prescription. If he believes that the antibiotics will help the kid, when you want it like now, it's not like you come in, kid had an ear infection, it's like, oh, we're not going to adjust them today, we're going to wait 3 days. It's like, no, we want to adjust them now. So anyway, back to this medical doctor, that drug pusher, that
legal drug pusher.
Legal drug pusher, that he'll tell moms to wait 3 days before filling the prescription. And you know what? He also says that 2 out of those 3 moms will not fill the prescription. So somehow the kids got better. It wasn't the drugs.
I love this part. We missed this. He also points out if antibiotics don't relieve a child's pain, pain medications will. So here's what we're trying to tell you. We know that the antibiotics didn't work because it didn't make them feel better because they were pooping and puking and whatever. But it said here they speed up the recovery. So pain medications will. So let's just put some more poison into our babies that aren't researched. Hell, let's give them Vicodin while we're at it. You know, OxyContin, let's make them drug addicts at an early age, 6 months. Let's put a 6-month-old on painkillers. How did they know? Oh, wait, they told them.
Yeah. Well, the baby said, it hurts here.
But, yeah, anyway, so, and to close, the side effects their child may have to endure. Oh my God. That's pooping and puking, by the way. As well as the possibility that exposing bacteria to antimicrobials may make the drugs less effective in the future. So what we're saying is, that's how they close it. But didn't he say they speed up the recovery? This whole article is bogus. It's totally bogus. And the sad thing about it is, these are our babies they're doing that to. Your babies were doing it too. That if they had a healthy nerve system, they were in a great culture. I know they're in because your mom and dad, these babies would be much better off. Stop drugging our children.
Grow up healthy. This is the first generation of kids that will not outlive their parents.
That's embarrassing.
That's sad.
We have to change that. We have to change that.
It's the lifestyle, it's drugs, it's everything. So
you know, it's our job as parents, and as healthcare providers and as leaders is to allow you to dream big, dream bold, and live beautifully. And one of those ways is through a healthy nerve system. As I like to say, I give you permission to live healthy, not on a bunch of drugs. And so with that, that's the end of Shsift Happenz.
Week 16. So see you next week. Thanks, guys.